Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello subscribers, welcome to the Fast Profits Daily. I am Brijesh Bhatia. Markets have been roaring higher and higher, and metal index it's been trending back above 6,000 levels. It is just a few percent away from hitting an all-time high. Well, 2020-21 was a year of metals, and if you remember, in the start of 2021 in Jan, I have come up with a video that this year could be the year of metals, and exactly that happened. Metal index was up by around 65 to 70% in the year 2021. 2022 has been not the year so far for metals index, though for last few weeks we have seen metals coming back very strongly, but still it's been in sync with the most of the momentum with the markets now. And what are the trend indicating into the metal space now? And if you remember, in that point in time, I have discussed the Thomson Reuters CRB commodity index, which was breaking out of a long consolidation. And Thomson Reuters commodity index has been widely tracked. Those who are following commodities, though if you look at the weightages, energy weights around 17-18%, metal weights around 23-24%. Commodities, agri commodities weights around 29-30%, and there is a few percent to the precious metals. In this video, I'll be discussing more on the metal space. So let's start with the Thomson Reuters commodity CRB index. And if you look at the screen over here, the chart, the momentum has been very fast and furious since 2020-21. And it's been repeating the history what happened in 2008, 9 and till 10. This index was trending much positive momentum. The rally started right from 2006 till 2009, 2010. It was trending higher, and since then it's lost its momentum. Commodity was being especially when the crude made high in 2009, gold made its all-time high in 2011, and since then it's been trending on a bearish side. Though during the pandemic time we saw gold moving about $2,000 mark, but yes, if I just look at the metal space, they have been coming back very strongly. Even we saw crude from negative zone to $130 mark coming back very strongly. Now, if I look at the chart over here, if you look at the three horizontal line, I think this is a breather for the Thomson Reuters CRB commodity index. The rally may resume sooner or later, and I believe next 1.5 year, still there is a big commodity cycle going on, or the super cycle as someone says, is being continuing into the commodity space. And this Thomson Reuters CRB commodity index probably till first or second quarter of 2024 may continue to rise higher. As I said, this is a breather, and after a rally, strong rally, it's been resisting, and probably for a few weeks it may trade in a consolidation zone, or probably look for a 3 to probably 6 months. It may consolidate, but I believe yes, it's still not an end. We may see a bullish scenario coming back into the Thomson Reuters CRB index, which may trigger a commodity rally again. And if you remember 2021 or start of 2022, inflation was the big problem, and this is the reason why the inflation has been a problem. This Thomson Reuters commodity index has seen a huge uptick as it has a weights around 29-30% into the agri space as well. It is putting pressure on most of the world commodities now. So here again, as I said, 23-24% weights onto the metals. This rally is still there into the metal space. The second chart which I want to highlight is the monthly chart of Nifty metal index. Now, if I just look at this chart over here, we have been breaking out right of 2017-18 highs. The momentum has been very fast and furious. 2020-21 rally was stupendous, where metal index has seen a multifold rally. Now back again in 2022, we saw a probably first half of consolidation, start of second half we saw a dip. Now if you look at the black box mark, it's a bullish engulfing on monthly chart of the index. So basically bullish candlestick pattern called a bullish engulfing is a reversal candlestick pattern, and now after a dip or a retracement, retesting the previous highs breakout, it was nearly there, forming the bullish candlestick, indicate that yes, the resumption in bullish trend is continuing. Now the momentum, if I just look at the purple, a small horizontal line, it's been, why I have marked, because if you look at the monthly candle there, the big bearish candle followed by another bearish candle, the high will play a key important resistance. And now if I just use the top down approach over here and move on to the daily chart, the similar, the purple line which have been converted into the box, the rectangle box of red over here, this is the major resistance, I would say the minor hurdle for on a monthly scale, which needs to be taken out very convincingly. Now though we saw a couple of weeks of bullish momentum coming in into the metal space, now once this breakout 6500 has been taken out convincingly, I believe the fresh momentum could start, the fresh resumption of the breakout could accelerate the momentum towards the higher levels. And I still believe there's a huge potential into the metals index to go higher and higher. And definitely as an investor, you should not miss this metal rally. Again, I believe 2020, though it might not repeat 2021, the fast and furious rally, but yes, slow and steady rally could be expected into the metal space over here. And there is a possibility that we may see 7,500, 8,000 levels coming onto the metal index level, which is another 20-30% from here on. So you should not miss this metal index rally. I believe there's a huge potential over there. Now you may be thinking which stock to buy and what should be avoided. Well, I'm not looking as a stock recommendation over here, but if I just look at the constituents of metal index, APL Apollo Tyres, going by the alphabetical words, APL Apollo Limited, Adani Enterprise, Hindalco, Hindustan Copper, JSW Steel, Jindal Stainless Steel and Power, MOIL Limited, National Aluminium, Ratnamani Metals, SAIL, Steel Authority of India, Tata Steel, Vedanta and Welspun Corp. So in this video, I'm not recommending a trade as of what stock you should buy, but I'm just looking at the ratio chart and what are the possibility or what stock are outperforming into the metal space, and what is the probability that this stock could lead the rally into the positive side. So let's start with the Adani, which generally holds the weightage into the metal space. And if I just look at the Adani Enterprise by the metal index over here, again I'm using the ratio chart. Higher low structure, a one-way rally towards the sky, and sky is the no limit for this stock. Everyone knows. No one knows that when the rally will stop into the Adani, and as of now, why do you want to stop? If the rally continues, it's been outperforming into the metal index. Now if you look at the momentum, it's been one way onto the positive side. So higher low structure indicates yes, the outperformance is still into the Adani Enterprise when I compare to the metal index over here. Since its breakout in 2017-18, this stock is unstoppable into the metal space. Or even if you look at the company wise, it's been unstoppable. Adani's talk of the town, I would say, and the momentum is very furious. Stock is hitting all-time high, approaching higher and higher now. So yes, Adani outperformance continues. I think the momentum is very stronger into the stock, and it leads the metal index as well. Second stock, which is again the talk of the town, Vedanta, and we have seen fundamental news coming onto the stock as well. If I just compare over here into the space against the metal index, this doesn't excite me because if you look at, this is a one of the underperforming. If you look at the slope of this chart over here, the slope of the ratio is trending bearish. So I'm not very much convinced whether it will outperform into the metal space or not. But yes, if you look at the structure, there is a two horizontal line where the support plays a key important role over here. How this ratio pan out will be very important to watch out in further few weeks or few months to go. Well, these were the two stocks which were talk in the town, but there are few stocks which hold good weightages where the momentum seems very stronger, the widely followed stocks. So let's start with the Tata Steel now, where the focus is slightly not there, but considering the name, everyone knows the Tata is for trust over here. And the momentum over here, if I just look at the slope, is been onto the downside into the ratio chart, which means that Tata Steel is underperforming into the metal space. As I said, Adani is holding on to the huge weightage onto the positive when it compared to the ratio, and that's the reason most of the stock you see, Vedanta or probably Tata Steel now, the slope has been downward. So I'm not sure whether it will outperform or not. But looking at the charts over here, the two horizontal lines, the red lines, it seems it may take a support over here, and may the ratio chart turns out onto the positive side with the outperformance of Tata Steel into the metal space. So this stock ratio chart is worth a while watching and following out. Hindalco, again, if I just look at the higher low structure is intact, the red lines, but the slope as of now slightly turning bullish till the previous lows are being held. I think it's definitely should be on your watch list to keep out. JSW Steel, again, I would say if you look at right from 2012 2013, this is one of the outperforming stock into the metal space. Look at the one-way rally it has shown till 2019 2020. Still, I would say the higher low structure is there. The consolidation phase of outperformance, underperformance into the against the metal space, metal index into the JSW Steel seems that it is consolidating and it may move in sync with metal index. Uh, it will be very important to watch out for next a few weeks or probably next 3 months how JSW Steel outperforms into the metal space. If in case there is a resumption in the trend of this ratio chart, I believe JSW has a huge potential to continue its bullish rally, and it may see the previous highs been breaking out onto the ratio chart. The momentum may accelerate onto the positive into the metal index. So it will be definitely should be on your watch list, JSW Steel. Next is Jindal Steel and Power, which is JSPL. After a steep fall right from 2012 to 2016-17, this stock has underperformed for 5-6 years. But now, look at this higher low structure as per the Dow theory. It's very important. Though the most important part for here is there is no steep rally. It's slow and steady forming higher low structure, which means that there is a huge strength into this ratio chart, and I believe that the outperformance may slow and steady continue into the JSPL or Jindal Steel and Power against the metal index. I generally like such kind of charts because it gives you the strength that a slow and steady move, as we all know, the slow and steady wins the race, and similar structure has been there into the this ratio chart. So there is a one-way rally or a short-term rally happening and then it's fizzled out. This is a slow and steady upside momentum happening. A strength has been there, so definitely stock keeping on your watch list. Sale, uh, again, if you look at this ratio chart, if you look at the upper horizontal red line, it broke down, it retested, tried to head higher, but again failed and headed lower. Now, if I just look at the lower red trend line, it's been trending around the similar line we saw once. It trending below the ratio chart, but again the resumption will be very important to watch out how it goes right into the ratio chart. If it continues the bearish scenario, which means that sell may underperform against the metal index. If the tide turns onto the positive side, it means that sale will outperform and this will act as a major support role. So keep a watch on this. It is very important for a short to medium term point of view. In case this ratio chart turns out, probably we may see the rally into the sale what the BALE has shown us, right from 55-60 levels back towards 70 plus levels. And similar structure, if I look at the price action structure of BALE and sale, the charts are also very much similar. So it will be very important for me to watch how this pans out. In case there are some updates, I'll definitely share in the next videos to come. But yes, as of now, probably I will not jump onto buying into the sale, but I will definitely watch this ratio chart, how it is performing against the metal index, which is very important into the current point in time. So these are some stocks which are definitely worth watching or keeping on to your watch list into the metal space if metal space continue to rally higher. And I believe yes, commodity metal index is showing a huge strength. Probably there could be a breather for a few weeks or few months, But if in case we see a resumption in coming up in Thomson Reuters CRB commodity index, this rally could into the metal space could continue higher and higher, and it's not the index where you should want to miss this rally. I think still there is a huge potential for next 12 to 18 months into the metal space, and metal index would be the one to keep a watch on. And again, there is a commodity index as well. You should keep a watch on commodity stocks as well. But I think metals plays a key important role as far as the direct correlation comes into the action with Thomson Reuters CRB index. So keep a watch on this index. Keep a watch on this stock, which I have highlighted the ratio chart of outperformance and underperformance of few stocks. It's definitely keeping some of the stocks which are continued trending. And again, as I'd say, Adani is leading the basket into the metal space. And there are few stocks where you need to keep on your watch list. I mean, any turn in tide, definitely keeping onto your portfolios. So signing off, Brijesh Bhatia.